Okay, this is video number 27 for violin and violas. And in this video, we are going to further develop your bow hold. You've been doing your bow hold exercise and the exercises with the straw. The straw had no weight to it. While your bow doesn't seem like it's a heavy object, when you try to pick it up and do the bow hold, it will be heavy to you. So what I have done, if you're one of my students watching this video, then you were given one of these dowels at the beginning of the year when you picked up your instrument. If you don't have one, you need to let mom or dad know so you can get one from me. If you are not one of my students but you're watching this video, see if you can get one of these. And because what happens is people go directly from the straw to the bow and it's just too heavy. Now the book has a solution to that. I'm not real fond of the solution because it's created a bad habit. Remember, we're creating habits every single day. We want to make sure that they're good habits, okay? So this is lighter than your bow, but clearly heavier than the straw. The straw has like no weight to it. So what I want you to do is try to form your bow hold. Now, the first place I want you to do this is just right in the middle. So you can use the zombie method or whatever method you've been using, or the hang down, whatever you've been using is fine. I like the zombie method. And you might even have to do that anymore. You might be like, I know my bow hold. Do it in the middle here for now. Okay, now check yourself. Make sure your thumb is bent and you're curved here. Here's the front view. Here's the other side view. Remember, this first finger lays on its side, right? It's not up like this. If yours looks weird and your pinky's doing this weird thing, it's probably because you're trying to put your first finger flat down. First finger goes to the side. Remember, we're working with the natural shape of your hand. That's the other reason I like that zombie method, because it's already flopped over, it's already kind of on its side. So try it in the middle. Now this shouldn't be too hard. For the first day of doing these bow exercises, you might want to do it here. Now even though this stick doesn't change weight, it has a set weight, if we go down here, and I want you to try to move down here now, only if your bow hold is good, you're going to start to notice maybe it's a little bit heavier now. So check yourself, make sure, again, you can see through, thumb is bent, first finger's on its side, pinky's curved, everything's curved here. Now if that's good, I want you to move down here. Okay, so now this is where I really want you to eventually be doing these bow exercises with the stick. We're going to be on this, I would suggest the stick for about a week worth of time before we try to move on to the bow. And don't move on to the bow till you have these bow holds with the exercises with a good bow hold here at the bottom here. Now some of you might be able to do a good bow hold and just hold the stick here, but when we start to do the bow exercises, then your bow hold goes bad. If that's the case, go ahead and practice the hold at the end, but then move it back up to do the exercises, with the eventual goal that you will be down here. Now this is something you're going to need to do daily. You need to do this daily until we move on to the actual bow. If you don't do it daily, you can't build muscles overnight. It doesn't happen. It happens a little at a time, and you have to do it daily. You can't go to the gym and work out one day and then be able to expect to run a marathon the next day. It doesn't work that way. You have to build up. You skip a day, you're not getting stronger that day. Okay, so every single day, and whether you believe it or not, you are developing little tiny muscles in your fingers and in your hand that you just don't have because you've not had a use for them before. But now you do. So let's pretend that everyone's able to do this at the end now. Okay, if you cannot, please stay here. For today, you should probably stay here. I'm only doing one video, so I want you to I'm going to show it to you what I eventually want you to be doing. For today, for the very first day, do it in the middle. If it's good, the next day, try it here. When that gets good, it probably won't just be one day, probably a couple days, then go down here, okay? So our first one was waves, so just go up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See the bent thumb, the curve? Now go sideways. Now be careful, don't whack yourself in the face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just creating flexibility. That's all we're doing, okay? And strength. Flexibility and strength, that's what we need for good bow hold. Now I want you to pause the video right now and do 3 more sets of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Check your bow hold. After each one, fix it, start again. Okay, now the next exercise, if you're listening to this, you have just done 4 sets of the waves. Now, just tap first finger and pinky just back and forth. Don't do 10 of each. Just go back and forth just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Stretch it out. Flop your hand around. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Pause the video now. Do 2 more sets of that. Okay, now join us again. And now we're going to do, they're called knuckle turnovers. I tend to call them windshield wipers, and you will see now. Before we do, we're going to check our bow hold again. Everything's curved. You can see through. You're touching on the middle joint, but kind of on the side. Middle joint, tip. And it's curved. For some reason, in the camera, my pinky looks bent. I don't know why, but it's not. It's curved. It looks to me in the camera like it's like this. It's not. It's curved. Now, windshield wipers. Now, make sure you're not going to hit anybody. Go over. 1. Come back. Watch your hand. 2. Check your thumb. Come back. 3. Come back. 4. And back. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Okay, now what you need to do, you need to do 4 sets of each exercise every single day. Now I know what some of you are going to do. Some of you are going to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Mom, I did all my stuff. And you're not. Guess what? You just created bad habits. That's what you did. You didn't do what you're supposed to do. You created bad habits. And now you've got a bad bow hold that we're going to have to fix later on. And you're going to get behind. Okay? So do it right the first time. Take the time. You want to be good at this. You want to succeed at this. I know these things right now might seem unnecessary to you. Just trust me on this. You're going to have to just trust me on this. And you will be able to do this. Okay? But check yourself. You're going to have to do so much self-monitoring. Try to learn this through a computer screen. So much self-monitoring. But you can do it. You can do it. You just have to listen to everything and make sure you apply it, and you're really doing everything to the very best ability that you possibly can. And it's going to take a while. And don't move to the end of the stick too soon, because that's going to create problems. If you are not holding it right here, don't move there. Go back up here until you get it right. Give your hand the chance to develop the muscles, the strength, and the flexibility. You can't do it overnight. I don't think anyone's going to do this the very first day. That's not correctly. Probably not correctly. Maybe a couple people, doubt it, especially without one-on-one face-to-face stuff. You have got to check yourself. Go back and look at your picture on page number 6 and make sure that it looks like the pencil hold there. Okay? All right, and I'll see you in the next video.